Last Tuesday in Morgantown, Temple beat West Virginia 62-61 despite a strong performance from Steve Berger, who had 14 points and 6 rebounds, numbers matched by 6'6" freshman Chris Brooks. But Temple got a strong performance from Mike Vreeswyk, who had 22 points, including 5 3-point field goals. And Vreeswyk had good help from the outside from point guard Howard Evans, who contributed 13 points and 8 assists, as Temple remained unbeaten in the Atlantic 10 Conference with a 62-61 win. Today, the Mounties and the Owls have the rematch in Philadelphia. And welcome live to McGonigal Hall in Philadelphia, where today the number one ranked team in the nation, the Temple Owls, try to hold on to that number 1 spot and try to remain unbeaten in Atlantic 10 play as they meet an old rival, the Mountaineers of West Virginia. Hello, everybody. I'm Fred White. Our analyst today is Larry Conley. Larry, West Virginia's dropped 4 in a row, 6 of the last 7. They need to get it turned around again today. They're a proud ball club. It's going to be an interesting basketball game for them.
Fred, I think that loss Tuesday night to Temple really pointed out one thing. Gail Catlett needs better point production from his 2 guards. Both Brooks and Berger were 7 of 23 in that basketball game. They cannot beat Temple if they get that kind of point production from their 2 guards. If they get that part of it turned around today, I think they'll give Temple a good ball game.
The Mountaineers, a club so used to success, they've had 7 consecutive 20-win seasons. Temple, yeah, they're used to it too. 25 wins for 4 straight years for the Temple Owls, ranked number 1. They're on top of the world right now.
Well, they're playing as well as anybody in the country, is evidenced by the fact that they have that number 1 ranking. They go to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and they beat a good club down there. But, Fred, you got to remember, too, in the Atlantic 10 Conference, West Virginia lost by 1, Penn State lost by 1, so you got to give the credit to the coaches in the Atlantic 10. They know how to play, too. Temple had 2 tough wins there.
They won 3 straight on the road, so they're home off a tough road trip. Let me ask you about West Virginia winning in this building. It's tough for anybody to do.
Yeah, but they won here last year, 64-61. It was a big victory for them. They're looking to do it again today, and if they do it, they're going to have to do it with some changing defenses. I think that's very important for them.
And as you all know, when getting into conference play, anything can happen, anything is likely to happen, and we could be in for a very exciting afternoon here in McGonigal Hall today. Again, the matchup here in Philadelphia is Temple against West Virginia. As the Atlantic 10 Conference regular season race begins to wind down, Temple takes on the Mounties.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to McGonigal Hall, home of the Temple University Owls. This afternoon, Temple University presents an Atlantic 10 Conference game featuring the West Virginia University Mountaineers and the Temple University Owls. Let's meet the starting lineups. First, for West Virginia, at a forward position, a freshman, 6 feet, 6 inches tall from the Bronx, New York, number 23, Chris Brooks. At the other forward, a senior, 6 feet, 8 inches tall from Alexandria, Virginia, number 53, Tyrone Shaw. At the center spot, a junior, 6 feet, 7 inches tall from Washington, D.C., number 24, Darryl Prue. At the guards, a junior, 6 feet, 2 inches tall from Mullins, West Virginia, number 32, Herbie Brooks. And at the other guard, a sophomore, 5 feet, 11 inches tall from Boomer, West Virginia, number 4, Steve Berger. The head coach of the Mountaineers in his 10th season is Gail Catlett. And for the Temple University Owls, at a forward position, a senior, 6 feet, 9 inches tall from Freehold, New Jersey, number 33, Tim Perry. At the other forward, a junior, 6 feet, 7 inches tall from Morrisville, Pennsylvania, number 32, Mike Vreeswyk. At the center spot, a senior, 6 feet, 10 inches tall from Carolina, Puerto Rico, number 44, Ramon Rivas. At the guards, a freshman, 6 feet, 5 inches tall from Saginaw, Michigan, number 12, Mark Macon. And at the other guard, a senior, 6 feet, 1 inch from Philadelphia, number 21, Howard Evans. The head coach of the Temple University Owls in his 6th season is John Cheney.
Always intrigued by the fact that the Temple Owls simply stroll out there when they are introduced. No high fives, no big demonstrations. We're set to play now. West Virginia and Temple are ready to roll in Mechanical Hall. We'll be back with a tip-off right after you watch this.
Because Temple continues to win, I said, because they take care of the basketball. They just don't give it away.
No, they're just a good basketball team. West Virginia with a tip. Picked up by Steve Berger, and the Mountaineers go on the attack first. Herbie Brooks in backcourt with him. Tyrone Shaw with the basketball. Now Berger. Look at Temple pack back in there on the defense.
A little bit of a matchup zone, but they really pack it back inside, forcing West Virginia to take some of those outside shots.
Shaw dropped it inside to Prue, gets it right back and sticks one. So Tyrone Shaw hits the first bucket of the ball game, and West Virginia takes a 2-0 lead here.
West Virginia basketball number 53, Tyrone Shaw.
Mountaineers came up very patient, ran their stuff, and got a basket out of it.
And West Virginia immediately do a man-to-man defense. Berger has the responsibility of making.
Howard Evans gets it to Perry. Evans, maybe it's his T-shirt pulled up in the back. He's got something around the back of his neck. Is that just his T-shirt pulled up like that? I guess it is. Shaw.
And again, Temple's in that zone defense again.
Brooks in the wing. Herbie Brooks can't get it. Strong rebound down inside, and Chris Brooks takes it back up and scores. The Mountaineers go up 4-0.
Temple was really impressed by the play of Chris Brooks in Morgantown on Tuesday. They felt like he was as good a player as they have faced all year.
He had 14 points and a half dozen rebounds against him in that contest. So did Berger. Vreeswyk to Evans. Temple trying to get on the board now. Vreeswyk with a long two, in and out. And Perry's there to take it back up and score. Tim Perry gets the first two for the Owls.
How many times have we seen Tim Perry get that inside position there and take it back up strong? And that time he caught Chris Brooks unaware.
Such a strong rebounder, averaging 8 rebounds a ball game to go with his 15 points a contest. Shaw to Berger. West Virginia again showing that great patience. Chris Brooks in the lane. Back to Berger. Now to Herbie Brooks, and look at the Mountaineers back way out front to reset the offense.
Looks like they're going to play a patient game today and maybe milk some shot clock time, trying to find a good shot. So far, they've gotten 2 good ones.
16 on the shot clock in this sequence. In the middle it comes to Shaw. Off-balance shot goes up and won't fall, and the rebound to Mark Macon, the freshman guard. On to Howard Evans. Down in the corner, Vreeswyk. Evans,
there it is.
For 3.
Yeah. You know, we watch him play so often, it almost becomes automatic.
Boy, he's so smooth at getting that shot away. It's a 1-point lead to Temple now. The Owls, off the Macon 3-point shot, go up by 1 at 5-4.
Fred, look at the alignment West Virginia has. It's a 2-3 offense, and they send that cutter to the corner, and Temple changes their defense. Gail Catlett told us before the game that every time out they change their offense and defensive schemes. Right now well, there's a shot, good shot by Berger outside.
Berger gets a 3.
I was going to say they've changed it so often that it kind of makes Temple look a little bit to see what sort of alignment they are in.
Well, you might as well make them think all you can. Perry had it knocked loose by Prue. And Perry gets it back, knocked loose again, and now he kicks it back outside to Evans, to Vreeswyk, to Macon from the corner for 3, and he got it again. Whoa! He's shooting 42% from that range from 3-point territory. It's 8-7 Temple. We've got a seesaw ball game going in the early moments here. Now we've got a whistle in the lane. Chris Brooks and Ramon Rivas are all tangled up down in there, and the foul has been called against Chris Brooks. No, it wasn't Brooks.
Looks like Rivas.
Ramon Rivas. That's his first personal foul.
How about Rivas and Chris Brooks on the inside? Is that where the beef is?
Right.
Beef's inside.
6'10" and 6'6", but they're both very strongly built. Now Joe Forty blows a whistle named after him. He's going to sort him out. It's called the Fox 40. That's the new whistle that's come into vogue this year. Different sound, isn't it?
It really is. It's a very shrill sound. I mean, it catches your attention. You know, lots of times when you get in a crowded arena, it's very difficult to hear that whistle. This one's easy to pick out.
Inbounds play for West Virginia. Joe Forty was involved in the development of that whistle, and that's why it's named the Fox 40.
He and a guy by the name of Fox out of Canada, an official up there who works occasionally down in the United States.
Shaw works in the lane, gets a good shot and sticks it. Tyrone Shaw has 4 points, and West Virginia leads 9-8. So we're getting lead changes in the early moments here. 16-19 left in the first half. Evans takes Berger to the wing, jumpers up, no good. Brooks really had a man boxed in there. Here comes Berger right back, and bad pass.
I think Berger anticipated that somewhat because Chris Brooks was breaking on the left side. Brooks just didn't fill the lane all the way to the basket and finish it up, and Berger's ball went right out of bounds.
Evans, Vreeswyk, nice fake. He got everybody off, and the shot wouldn't fall, but he's going to go to the line. But Vreeswyk was really open when he caught the ball in the lane.
West Virginia fouls on number 20.
You know, often you see that happen when an offensive player gets the ball inside quickly like that. It really puts the pressure on the defense. He doesn't want to give him an easy shot from right in front of the basket, so he'll take any kind of pump fake. And that's what Darrell Prue did right then.
Vreeswyk, excellent shooter, 83% free throw shooter, picks up his first point of the afternoon. He's had a habit of getting started slowly from the field, but the other night at West Virginia, he came out smoking, which is unusual for him. He's been known to come out and miss a few shots early in the game and then really get it going.
I'll tell you one thing, the people in North Carolina will not soon forget the name Mike Vreeswyk.
He lit it up in the second half in Chapel Hill. Berger. Chris Brooks in heavy traffic takes it to the bucket.
Nobody there to stop him.
When everything else fails, do that, huh? Just go in and shoot a layup.
It's kind of unusual. Tim Perry, in most cases, would slap that ball away then. I think he caught him unaware, and he was kind of nailed to the floor. Brooks laid it in.
Macon going to work, spinning jump shot, a little too strong, and a rebound taken away. Chris Brooks to Berger. West Virginia playing very well in the opening moments. Macon knocks it loose. It's on the floor. Vreeswyk hits it like a volleyball and is picked up by Prue for West Virginia. Vreeswyk looked like one of those guys in a volleyball game diving to the floor to keep the ball alive.
Temple stays in that zone defense. Gail Catlett feels like when they set a postman in there, they go to a 1-3-1. Otherwise, if there's no postman, they just simply sit up in a 2-3. Now, there's no post right there. Now, watch him come back up. A little more of a 1-2-2 alignment there in their zone defense. Now, there comes the postman. Now they float the guy to the corner. That's Berger going to the corner. You see Brooks handling it out top.
Berger, baseline, Prue. 2 seconds on the shot clock. He fires from long range and got an air ball. Good defense, Temple. And the Owls get it back, down by a point with 14:39 left in the first half, and Macon for three is a little short with a try. The rebound hauled off there by Darrell Prue. Here come the Mounties, still up by a point. Herbie Brooks to Berger. West Virginia going right back to that patient half-court game now. They're just going to get the offense set where they want it and then go to work.
Well, they're not in any kind of hurry at all. They're just sitting and taking care of the basketball.
Foul is going to be called on Lane. I think they got Tim Perry. He got in a pushing contest down in there. Maybe not. Nope, they're going to call it on Mark Macon.
Number 12, Mark Macon.
Let's watch Mark Macon, number 12. You'll see him right there in the middle of your screen. Ooh, Perry with a push right there. Brooks came up with that basketball. Look like Perry could have been called for a foul.
That's why I thought they had called him. I saw the push. It wasn't called. We have time out here. We'll be right back. Virginia, Steve Berger has a three-point field goal. Prue. Deep corner, Herbie Brooks. The shot high off the heel rim. And look at Mark Macon go up to grab the rebound. He is a strong rebounding guard. Macon averaging 6 rebounds a game from that guard spot. There he is shooting at the other end. He's missed 3 straight shots now. And the rebound taken away. Chris Brooks to Steve Berger.
Fred, have you noticed how West Virginia's not allowing Temple any second shots? Perry was the only guy that got one early, and I think it was the second basket of the game, but West Virginia's doing a good job on that defensive backboard.
Berger, top of the circle.
I talked about that rebounding effort at the top of the show, and they really have done a nice job of it.
Now Shaw gets it back inside and picks up his 6th point. They're also getting some inside production today. Shaw has a half dozen, Chris Brooks 4.
You know, oftentimes when you're a good basketball team, if you can take care of the basketball like West Virginia's done in this first 6 minutes, it kind of puts a pressure on Temple when they get it offensively. West Virginia seems to be in no hurry to get any kind of shot.
Macon, this is his 4th straight shot. Rivas was there and he was fouled. The second on Darrell Prue.
Virginia fouls on number 24, Darrell Prue. That's his 2nd personal foul.
Let's watch it again right here. You're going to see Ramon Rivas getting good offensive rebounding position here to go up and get that ball. Now look at Shaw on the backside. Well, there was a lot of basketball on that one, Fred. I don't know if he got him or not.
Prue is charged with the 2nd foul. Ramon Rivas misses the free throw. The 6'10 senior from Carolina, Puerto Rico. 74% shooter at the line. Comes back and gets this one. 1 point, Rivas, 13-11. West Virginia by 2 with 13:06 left in the first half. And again, the Mountaineers set that very patient offense up. Chris Brooks to Berger.
They're very willing to just work the ball around and find the opening in the middle like they've done right there with Shaw.
Shaw looking for a shot, gets it back to Berger instead, and now they've got a foul called against Chris Brooks on the push.
West Virginia's doing a nice job of moving the ball inside and out. Inside out on that zone defense. They're finding some openings, and Shaw's been able to get a couple of shots in there, but they've also been able to kick it out to Herbie Brooks and Steve Berger for some easy shots.
12:45 left in first half action here. Evans to Macon for Temple. Now Evans from three-point range, in and out, and we got a foul down along the baseline. I think they got Tim Perry that time, and that's going to be the first on Tim Perry, the 6'9" senior.
Look at Perry right here. No question about that call there. He threw Brooks right out of the way underneath the basket.
Perry's throwing some people around out there today, isn't he?
Throwing people but not the ball.
Yeah. 13-11, West Virginia by 2. Mountaineers with the basketball. Berger at the top of the circle. Evans comes out.
Brooks is open.
Herbie Brooks banked it in from the side as Herb Brooks picks up his first 2 points.
But I get the feeling looking at this Temple zone defense right now, it's not very active. And West Virginia, being as patient as they are, is going to be able to find a lot of openings in that zone if Temple doesn't get a little bit more active with it.
Vreeswyk for a 3, too strong with the try. Macon puts it back up and gets it.
Tough shot.
Tough shot.
Real tough shot.
8 points, Mark Macon, 15-13. That brings a string of 4 straight misses by Mark Macon after he hit his first 2 shots of the game. West Virginia by 2. Mounties with the basketball. 11:49 left in the first half. Well, they're taking time off the clock every time down the floor. Shortening the ball game that way. Shaw lob to the baseline, and Prue left-hands it up there and gets it.
But again, they found that opening on the inside. That time they found Prue floating inside in front of Rivas. West Virginia having a lot of success against that Temple zone.
All 5 Mountaineer starters have scored now. Vreeswyk pops from the baseline, can't get it. Perry saves it, he's going to take it back up. A little strong with the try. Rivas has one now. There are the offensive rebounds you were talking about, Larry.
Tim Perry and Ramon Rivas control that backboard on the inside, and that time they showed you a little bit of what they've been able to do in McGonigal Hall most of the year.
Rivas has 3. Howard Evans now the only starter in the game that hasn't scored. Very even point distribution for both sides. Berger top of the circle. Herbie Brooks. Back outside comes West Virginia with the basketball. Temple now has 5 offensive rebounds. They got 3 of them in a hurry. Herbie Brooks from three-point range is short with a try. Macon picks up his 4th rebound of the ballgame. Now goes for a 3. Anything else you need to know about him? 11 points, 4 rebounds for Mark Macon, and we have not played 10 minutes yet. We've played 9.5.
You've just got to concentrate. When Temple gets the basketball, you've got to find Macon immediately. Where is he on the floor?
Temple up by 1. West Virginia up by 1 as the lead continues to be exchanged. Chris Brooks now has a half dozen points, and the Mounties lead 19-18.
You know, that one was tipped a little bit by somebody underneath on the Temple team, and it kind of went off their fingertips and rolled in.
Evans, Vreeswyk, Macon takes it to the circle, puts up the jumper, good.
What did Gail Catlett tell us before the game? He was not a factor in Morgantown, but I know he will be here today.
He is. 13 points now for Mark Macon in the early going. Up comes West Virginia, down by a point now. And Macon has hit 3 straight shots. He hit 2, missed 4. Now he has a run of 3 going. 9:41 left in the first half. Berger against Evans, try to get it to the middle. Shaw with a great catch. Reached it back to the corner. Herbie Brooks lets it fly and it won't go. He got a little Globetrotter move on that pass down in there. With Shaw out of bounds, it belongs to Temple. We have a timeout here. 9:31 left in first half action at McGonigal Hall in Philadelphia. Temple leading.
That Tyrone Shaw did that time.
Mike Vreeswyk about to accept the basketball from the official Tim Higgins. Here comes Temple up by a point with the basketball. Really the first time today they've had the lead and the ball. Macon deep on the wing outside to Evans. Vreeswyk, yeah, that's a 3. Vreeswyk has 5 points. 4-point lead to Temple now.
He just needs to get warmed up, that's all. Gets loosened up, then he becomes real dangerous.
It's like one of those pitchers that can't win a game until the middle of May and then winds up with 21 every year. Brett Vincent going at it from long range. Can't quite get there. Perry had a hand on it. Shaw gets it back. Shot won't fall. Rivas takes it away. Tough effort by Tyrone Shaw. He just couldn't get the shot to fall. Made a great effort to get it back up there. Vreeswyk, Evans, Macon. Well, among other things Temple does to you.
How about the assist by Howard Evans? Was that a bullet pass in the middle?
6-point lead to Temple. I started to say, among the other things, they can back it out and shoot it from long range. They can also do that, pound it down inside with Evans, a great passer that he is.
Now look at the pressure Temple's put on right now. They've come out after West Virginia. They're not going to sit back and be passive with that zone any longer.
Chris Brooks, Brett Vincent, Steve Berger at the top of the circle. The lob to Chris Brooks. Rivas rejected it. It was a pass, and he knocked it out of bounds.
You know, that's the one thing you got to like about this Temple club. Yeah, they're the #1 team in the country, but the things they do that make them #1, I think, is what intrigues me. Here's one of the advantages they have over the clubs. They've got a great point guard in Howard Evans who can deliver the ball inside.
Well, we talk about finding the open man. Can Howard Evans not only find him, but put the ball right on the money to him? Vreeswyk with the deflection now.
I talked about their passing. How about their defense? Mike Vreeswyk, good slap right there. Knocked the ball away. Chris Brooks could have gotten it and taken it to the baseline.
It's a timeout taken here. We have 7:58 left in first half action now. Temple has opened up a second.
He's held the opposition's shooting to 39% from the field, which is just astounding to me. Just got to tell you, he's got great defense.
They've led the nation in that percentage for a while. They have led the nation in fewest turnovers per game with 9. Or if somebody asked me, and I was very honest with them, I'd say they may not have the best personnel in the country, but yes, right now, I think they're playing like the best team in the country. They just play together so very well.
The key word is team. They do play very well together.
Travel. Now he's turned it over, 25-19 Temple, and they get the ball back. They don't seem very emotional. I shouldn't say they're not emotional. They're not demonstrative. Look at the second chance points here. Temple began to get it going a little bit now on the offensive board. Rivas had it rejected. Pass came into it and got knocked back out. Berger picks it up for West Virginia. Brett Vincent for 3. Mountaineers could have used it. Macon picks off the long rebound. They're out on the break. 3-on-2, and Macon is going to come up short. Vreeswyk is right there. Missed the second shot, and Macon picks it up again. Goes to work along the lane and draws a foul. Pick one. They pick Chris Brooks.
Macon is all over the floor. Not only did he miss the shot, Rivas get the Vreeswyk get the rebound, but Macon found his way to the other side of the court to pick up the loose ball. Now watch the ball come out here and Macon pick it up. Now watch Chris Brooks come back right here. Good pump fake by Macon, and there's the foul. Macon does so many things for you, not just scoring. He can play good defense. He delivers the ball well on a pass.
Macon now from 3-point range, a little short with a try. Oh, you know one thing about Macon, he's 6'5", but he's so quick that I sometimes forget that he's that good.
I'll tell you somebody I've been comparing him to all year, and I've been telling you that, and I'll save it for next year, but I really think he reminds me an awful lot of a guy that played University of Cincinnati about 25 years ago.
Yep. Ball taken inside, Chris Brooks. And he's fouled. Action a little bit rugged down under the bucket right now. Tyrone Shaw came flying out of there.
Good move by Brooks inside. You know, he is such a strong physical player that when he gets it in that position in there, even though he's going up against a guy 6'9" or 6'10", he still has the strength and the power in his legs to take it up above the rim and get it off. And that time he got the foul.
Wayne Coswell in the lineup now for Temple, committed the personal foul. Chris Brooks misses the free throw. Boy, he's had trouble at the line earlier, shooting just 48% at the free throw line this year.
I was getting ready to say, if there's one weakness in his game, it is his free throw shooting.
Comes back and gets that one. He now has 7 points. Tim Perry is going to return to the Temple lineup. Howard Evans, long bounce pass. Vreeswyk. Oh, he hit the deck hard. Berger. Temple has a bunch of Ironmen on this team. They just don't substitute a lot. 12 times this year, Howard Evans has played every minute of every game. Oh, good work, West Virginia.
That may be goaltending.
Maybe goaltending. It's going to be a foul for sure as Prue got slammed to the floor. They're not going to give him the bucket.
Well, Fred, this is a big play right here. Now watch the dish inside. There's Prue with the move right there. There's Perry hitting the ball from the backside. It's a good call. No, it was not Perry, was it?
Mark Macon.
Yeah. Or was it Caldwell? I think it might have been Caldwell that hit that ball.
Darryl Prue will go to the line.
There's Gail Catlett sitting right there. You got to be happy with that call. Prue made a nice baseline move that time to get inside and lay it up. It was Dwayne Caldwell who hit that ball from the backside.
Prue's just a 52% free throw shooter, but he gets a lot of them. They did count that basket. Give Prue 5 points now, and it's a 2-point ball game at 25-23. 6:25 left in the first half. So a 3-point play for Darryl Prue gets the Mountaineers back within 2 of Temple. Perry goes to work inside and gets it. Tim Perry has 4 points. Temple extending the defense now, Larry.
Yeah, they've pushed it out a lot now. Here comes Macon, here comes Evans out front.
Tyrone Shaw needs to move the ball and does to Brett Vincent.
Temple's really extended that defense. Old Caldwell in the corner.
Chris Brooks forced a shot, but Shaw's right there. Perry tried to block it from behind. And is called for the personal foul. The second foul on Tim Perry. I'm feeling the officials are really tightening this game up.
Look at Brooks throw up. I think what is a very ill-advised shot right there. He really didn't have any kind of shot at all, and Shaw was in great position to get the rebound. Watch it again from up top. Caldwell takes it in right there. He was pretty well covered, too, as he started that.
Caldwell went up and got the glass after the foul was committed by Perry. And Shaw misses the long rebound, or the free throw attempt. 74% shooter is Shaw, but he missed there.
You know, West Virginia's only shooting 61% from the free throw line this year. It's really been a problem.
And that one won't fall. Caldwell had it, lost it. Rivas picks it up. And West Virginia now has hit 2 of 5 free throw attempts in this game.
West Virginia looks like they've changed their defense a little bit. There's Evans from the outside. Look at Rivas again inside.
And he's fouled. The basket's going to count. Ramon Rivas has 7 points. And he is fouled.
Oftentimes when you start looking around a basketball team, you don't just pick out one guy and say he's the star of a #1 ranked team. Everybody contributes. Today it looks like Ramon Rivas is the guy that's contributing on the inside, while Mark Macon's doing it on the outside. Watch Rivas with a good strong rebound here. Good movement by the big fella. Got it around, got the basket, got fouled. Boy, he does take up a lot of room, Fred.
Oh. Herbie Brooks back in, replacing Brett Vincent at the guard. Darryl Prue now with 3 personal fouls, 5:34 left in the first half. Ramon Rivas now has 8 points and 5 rebounds.
You need that help on the inside. Oftentimes it's been Tim Perry. Today it looks like it's Ramon Rivas' turn.
Desmond Clifton in the lineup now, replacing Prue for West Virginia. Berger, Shaw. West Virginia down by 7 points at the moment, the biggest lead of the ball game.
Temple packing that zone back in now. They're not extending that zone defense like they were earlier. Now they're packing it back in.
Desmond Clifton had it knocked out of his hands and stolen by Darren Pearsall.
Pretty good move by Evans there. I don't think he felt comfortable with where he was on the floor with the ball because he knew there were a lot of West Virginia players in the area. So he just pulled it back out, set up the half-court game, and there's Vreeswyk.
Long 3 is short. Caldwell had it, and the ball is knocked loose down inside, and Caldwell and Tyrone Shaw get tangled up. And the officials do an excellent job of getting between them. Chris Brooks got a little excited.
Well, I've been in one of these this year, so I think we'll just stay out of this one, right? Both of us have been. Here's the rebound on the inside, and you see Shaw and Caldwell getting tangled up right there. They're trying to get untangled. One guy just got a little bit, well, you'll see it from another angle right here. Now watch Shaw and Caldwell right here, get their arms tangled.
Then they got a little too macho with one another. And the officials did an excellent job. Joe Forty and Tim Higgins prevented any further disturbances. Substitution now for Temple. Sean Johnson is going to check into the game, a 6'7" junior from Philadelphia. A foul was called on Desmond Clifton after all that at the other end. Boswell's been taken out of the ball game by John Cheney and replaced by Sean Johnson.
And that was not the guy. Shaw was the guy for West Virginia that was involved in the break with Caldwell. So the foul was away from that action.
There's the rebounding margin, 6 rebound advantage to Temple right now. Vreeswyk outside to Howard Evans, 4:43 left in the first half. Pearsall, Vreeswyk for 3, short with a try. Either ball club shooting it very well. What about the play by Vreeswyk?
The only thing you can do, you're in the corner, you've got the basketball, you're going out of bounds, you got to find a blue shirt to throw it off of. We found Steve Berger down there.
That's the move he learned on the playground early. Berger. Herbie Brooks in the deep corner. Yeah, Herbie Brooks picks up 2. 4 points for Brooks, and West Virginia back within 5 with 4:17 left in the first half.
Mountaineers playing a pretty good first half, Fred. I think Gail Catlett's come in here with a pretty good game plan.
Vreeswyk. Pearsall. Evans. Pearsall down inside. Rivas quick to the basketball, and the foul's going to be called on Herbie Brooks. The first on Herb Brooks.
I tell you what, I'd give Brooks a medal for just standing there in the way of Rivas to take it when he started down the lane toward the basket.
Wayne Coswell now replaces Sean Johnson. You don't think John Cheney just took him out to talk to him about the little bit of a mix-up he got into? Puts him right back in the ballgame. Ramon Rivas on the line, the 6'10 senior. You know, the senior class at Temple has won 117 ball games in 4 years. Isn't that amazing? Rivas now has 9 points. Mike Yost now checks into the West Virginia lineup. He'll replace Chris Brooks. Rivas with 9 points and 5 rebounds.
Of course, 3 of those seniors start. Perry, Evans, and Rivas are all 3 gone after this year. So he's got Macon and Vreeswyk back, and that's pretty good nucleus to build on.
Not a bad start. Pearsall's turnaround jumper won't go. Shaw claims the rebound. Mountaineers down by 5 with the basketball with 3:48 left in the first half. Down by 6, excuse me, not 5. 31-25 is score.
Again, Temple in that zone defense. Desmond Clifton right at the point. He's right on the top of there and then kind of floats around that circle.
Yost. Pearsall knocked it loose from behind. John Cheney immediately gets up and gets after one of his players. Timeout here. 3:27 left in our first half. Temple leading West Virginia. Temple limiting their opponents to just 39% shooting for the year. In fact, only 2 teams have shot 50% against them this year.
Evans with another steal.
Vreeswyk. Evans against Berger. Now Berger backs off, gives him a little cushion. Vreeswyk for 3, in and out. Pearsall.
Another offensive rebound, but a walk.
Pearsall got the offensive board, then traveled with it. Macon's out of the ball game right now. Pearsall got the offensive rebound, then committed the travel. So the Mountaineers, still down by 6, get the ball back with 2:55 left in the first half. Gail Catlett talking to his point guard, Steve Berger. As Berger brings it up court, you got to love his hometown, Boomer, West Virginia.
Got to love it. Oh, how can you not love that?
Ought to be a fullback, shouldn't he? In fact, he kind of looks like a fullback.
He played some football in high school. I'm sure he did.
Sure he did.
Berger moving the ball around the zone defense. Now, Temple really packing that thing back on the inside. Evans is the only guy really beyond that free throw line.
Tyrone Shaw works the baseline, gets deep, and then is fouled. Boswell got him.
You know, Fred, Tyrone Shaw has a propensity to draw fouls as well as anybody in the Atlantic 10 Conference. He looks like he's in slow motion, and all of a sudden, he'll just explode. And there'll be 3 guys there thinking they're ready to block his shot, and he'll get it off some way. Good pump fake there. Now look at Vreeswyk. There he is. Of course, he does give a little bit of an act. I mean, the act is good.
Shaw is a 74% free throw shooter. He had missed 2 earlier, nails that one, and now has 7 points today. Shaw again. 8 points now for Tyrone Shaw. 2:28 left in our first half.
And the Mountaineers continue to hang around. Only a 4-point game now.
Howard Evans works against Berger. Stops, puts up the jumper, no good. Rivas, another offensive rebound. That one won't fall. Here comes West Virginia out on the move with it now. Herbie Brooks in heavy traffic. Got a foul.
Is it Pearsall? I think it's Pearsall again.
It is Darren Pearsall. It's going to send West Virginia to the free throw line now. Herbie Brooks will be up there.
Herbie Brooks handled the ball right in midcourt. There's Pearsall with a reach-in foul there. You know, it's been some time since Temple has scored. They've gone a long time without scoring.
Now it's a three-point ball game as Herbie Brooks picks up his 5th point of the afternoon. 2 minutes, 4 seconds left in first half action here in McGonigal Hall. Herbie Brooks gets them both. He has 6, and it's a 2-point ball game now. Temple with the lead in the basketball.
Evans in no hurry either. Berger meets him just beyond the three-point line.
Vreeswyk, Evans. Vreeswyk pops the three-point try and gets it from the deep corner. His second 3 of the ball game. He has 8 points. And Temple up by 5 again with 1:40 left in the first half.
You're never safe when Howard Evans, Mike Vreeswyk, and Mark Macon have got the ball in their hands.
They can all shoot it from three-point range. That was the first basket, Larry, in 4 minutes. In fact, for Temple. Their last scored at the 5:34 mark. Evans takes the ball away. Here come the Owls up 5, 1:18 left in the first half. Look at Evans going to work down the lane. And a foul is going to be called on Desmond Clifton down inside. His second personal foul.
Well, let's look at this foul by Desmond Clifton. Look at Howard Evans with a good move. He got Herbie Brooks leaning one way, took him the other. Clifton ran right underneath of him. There's a young man that I think Gale Catlett's been very disappointed in this year. He recruited him out of junior college and really felt like he was going to be able to fill in that center slot and really carry West Virginia this year. And he's not played very well for them, and I think that's been one of the reasons why they've lost 11 games this year.
Howard Evans, who has 6 assists, just got his first point in the ballgame. Comes back, gets the second free throw down. Now 1:14 left in the first half, and that's the thing you talked about. Very quickly, Temple has the lead back to 7 points.
Well, they can just hit you in so many different ways. Vreeswyk hits a 3. Evans comes back with a good move, hits 2 free throws, and they add 5 to that lead.
Berger tried to move on Evans, and Evans, good defense, shutting down at the top of the circle. Shaw now drops it inside to Desmond Clifton, and he's fouled. Well, they go again. I think they get Rivas down inside. He and Mike Yost were wrestling a little bit. Ramon Rivas is tagged with his second foul. 52 seconds left in the half, and Mike Yost, a 6'7" freshman from Pittsburgh, will go to the line.
I don't know why Rivas would want to battle Yost. He's got more weight in his left leg than Yost is in his whole body.
He's strong with a free throw, and that's Herbie Brooks who pulls down a big rebound for West Virginia.
A chance now to maybe take the last shot of the first half. Let's see if they do. There's about a 6-second disparity between the shot clock and the time clock.
No. Berger's going to go after the 3, and he's fouled. Evans fouled him on a 3-point attempt. You don't often see a guy fouled shooting a 3, but Evans, a little too aggressive, came out and got him that time. First foul on Howard Evans. You don't often see a Temple player in any foul.
You know, Fred, you do it with enough finesse, and you don't make it obvious. See the hand on the elbow right there? That one was too obvious. But if you give it just a little bit of a touch, just a little touch, and throw that shot off, and it doesn't take a lot, you can get away with that occasionally.
Steve Berger picks up his 4th point. Temple's only had 1 player foul out of a game all year, and that was Dwayne Coswell, a bench player. None of their starters has fouled out of a game yet this season. Berger missed the second free throw. 6-point lead Temple, 34 seconds left in the half. And now let's see if the Owls take the last shot. I think so. Evans just going to walk it across the timeline.
You know, Macon sit on that bench over here a lot in the first half.
And he has been sitting down. He has 2 fouls. So does Rivas, and he's in there. 10 seconds left in the first half now. Vreeswyk, deep corner, shot. Not strong enough. Rivas has got it up. Missed, tipped again, no good. And now The first half has come to an end, so Temple again getting on the offensive board, but unable to get the shot down. And at halftime, we've got a ball game. Temple has the 6-point lead. At halftime here at McGonigal Hall, Temple 36, West Virginia 30 our score. And we'll be back with our half. Mike Vreeswyk of Temple, one of the strongest players in the conference, has been voted the Atlantic 10 Conference Player of the Week. There you see what he did. He scored over 67 points in his last 3 ball games, had 26 against North Carolina and Chapel Hill as the Owls won by 17. And Mike Vreeswyk of Temple has been selected the Atlantic 10 Conference Player of the Week for the period of February 21st through February 27th. Here at Temple with a slim 6-point lead over West Virginia. The Mountaineers, who lost by a point to them last Tuesday, playing them tough again. And let us welcome the commissioner of the Atlantic 10, Ron Bertovich. And Ron, with Temple ranked number 1 in the nation and the conference showing the strength up and down, good days for the A10.
It's just been a great last couple of weeks. You know, they've earned the respect of everybody who votes in the polls, and they're proving it on the court. That's what's the most important thing. And not only Temple, but Rhode Island's playing very well. We've got some other teams coming on strong, so it should be a pretty good tournament next week.
And isn't it amazing? They go down to North Carolina, win by 17. When they come back into the conference where people know them so well, they get in a 1-point ball game in Morgantown, which reflects the overall strength, I guess.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, the Carolina, obviously a big game, but the West Virginia game, it means something in the standings. They want to go undefeated in the league, and that's a tough place to play down in Morgantown.
Let's talk about the tournament coming up in Morgantown. If you look at the competitiveness from top to bottom, we should be in for some great entertaining basketball.
I'll tell you, everyone say Temple can just walk right through it. I don't think so. West Virginia obviously plays well down there. They proved that the other night when it was a 1-point game. Rhode Island came in there this year and won, and Penn State's playing well, and Duquesne, if they're healthy. Anybody can go in a tournament time and win. We've had times we had the 7th-seeded team reach the finals, so you know, it's everybody's one last shot, and that's what it's all about.
And so many teams, it seems like, around the nation are on the bubble, as they like to say. Who knows? They may be able to place an extra team in there.
I think someone else can play their way into the NCAAs. I really do. You know, again, everybody, for the seniors, it's the last time around. They're going to put on their best show. For the freshmen, it's their first conference tournament. And coaches, you know, they're going to work as hard as they can to get to the finals.
We'll look forward to going down there with you again. Ron Bertovich, the commissioner of the Atlantic 10. We're at halftime here. Let's go to colleague Larry Conley. Half and still has 13 points. Rivas 9, Vreeswyk 8, Perry 4, Evans 2. And as you see, 3 players have 2 fouls, but John Chaney seldom will let a guy get in a position to get that 3rd foul in the first half. He'll put him on the bench as a rule.
We talked a lot about that 32% shooting for Temple in the first half, and Mike Vreeswyk was 2 of 11. I think that's a lot of the reason why that percentage was so low, because everyone else shot very well. Perry was 2 of 4. Ramon Rivas was 3 of 6. In fact, Rivas had a good first half. He had 9 rebounds in that first half.
Larry, how many times have we seen Mike Vreeswyk with a cold first half and then just get on a tear in the second half and hit 3, 4, 5, half dozen shots in a row maybe? So we'll keep an eye on him for you. Vreeswyk back to Howard Evans. Owls up 6 with the basketball.
And West Virginia in a man-to-man defense.
Evans misses the first try of the second half. Berger pushes it up just a bit, and now he's going to slow things down as he gets there and get the offense organized for the Mountaineers. So they're down a half dozen and a chance to cut into it here to open the second half. Tyrone Shaw. Herbie Brooks. Berger.
Well, again, West Virginia's going to show that patience. They're not going to move that basketball too quickly. They're going to look for that good shot. Look at Berger. He was pointing to Chris Brooks. Says, get over in your position. Let's get our offense started.
14 seconds on the shot clock, and it goes to Darrell Prue. Turns and looks at it.
Shoot it!
Herbie Brooks. Berger, 7 seconds on the shot clock. They try to lob it inside to Chris Brooks. Can't get it. Prue picks up the loose ball, shoots and misses. And Rivas takes away the rebound for Temple, and the Owls still have the 6-point lead and the basketball. Inside Rivas. Got it again. Takes it up and scores. Boy, they are just hammering West Virginia on the offensive board. That is 17 offensive rebounds. And now one of the officials, Tim Higgins, wants the photographers at the end line to give them a little bit more room. He's going to have to stop play here and move a few people. Let's go back and look at Rivas.
Look at that great block right there by Chris Brooks. Rivas went up, and he got it right back. Chris Brooks tried to slap it away from him, but he got it up and in. He is such a strong player. You know what Tim Higgins just did? He just made all the photographers on the baseline pick their stuff up and move. Says, you guys are getting in our way. I think he's got a legitimate point here. You know, the referees have got to be able to run that baseline, and you can't get close to the line, Fred, because if you are, you can't see the play. You have to back off somewhat so you can see the total play, and he's asked those photographers to move down there.
He's going to let some of them stay. What he's trying to do is just create at least a pocket that they can work in, and he's done it. I think maybe they were sitting too deep down there. So we're back in action here. 38-30 Temple now. The 8-point lead is the biggest of the afternoon. Ramon Rivas now has 11 points and 11 rebounds, Larry. Herbie Brooks down low. Prue. They're going to go right after the inside front line. They got a rejection in there, but Prue took it right back up and stuck it, and he has 7 points.
I think the key to West Virginia in the second half is to make sure that Darrell Prue does not get his 4th foul and has to go to that bench. If he stays in the game, then West Virginia, they can hang right in here with Temple.
West Virginia's had some foul problems this year. Prue with a deflection as the pass comes down inside. Berger had it taken away from behind. Perry to Vreeswyk. Foul by Tyrone Shaw. That's his first.
Guess who made the steal at midcourt? Tim Perry.
Got it from behind. Larry, West Virginia's had Chris Brooks fouled out of 7 games. Darrell Prue has fouled out of 5 this year.
Look at Berger, thinks he's got it made going up the court, and all of a sudden here comes a guy 6'9" from behind, grabbing it and getting it to Mike Vreeswyk. He drew the foul from Shaw.
Vreeswyk missed off the front of the rim. He's 2 for 3 on the line, had 8 points in the first half.
But you know, there's another coaching technique right there. John Chaney does not line up anybody on the free throw line. There is no one there to rebound any missed free throws. Nothing but West Virginia players.
You find that odd?
Yeah, I find that very odd.
I mean, there's always the odd chance you'll pick up the long rebound on the free throw, but you know he has a solid reason behind it. He has a solid reason behind everything he does, and his club is number 1 in the country right now.
Well, he doesn't do it all the time. It's just that he picks certain times when he just backs them off.
Temple's next victory will give them their 5th straight season of 25 or more wins.
Temple again back into that zone defense. See, Prue's a little bit lazy. Prue should reach out and grab that basketball or move toward the pass. Tim Perry just reached over him and just swatted it away. You can't stand there and just expect the pass to come into you.
Now Macon trying to keep it alive, and Berger able to get it back. Larry, you put up a good point, especially for young guys. Move to the ball. It's one of the most underrated things, I guess, things we don't talk about much. Shaw working hard, and he got the hook shot down. Oh, Tyrone Shaw picks up his 10th point of the ball game.
It wasn't a Van Gogh, but it did go in.
Evans goes to work. Tim Perry along the lane. Knocked loose, stolen by Berger. Berger is going to try to run it out and gets the dish back to Chris Brooks, misses and gets his own tip.
Hey, once in a while, you know, you can throw that ball up against the board and have it come back to you. And I think maybe he was thinking about that right there.
It's kind of an old playground move, isn't it?
One you used on your playground, not on mine.
39-36. Making a 3. 16 points for Mark Macon. Oh, it's a 2, excuse me, not a 3. Make it 15 points for Mark Macon. And it's now 41-36, Temple by 5. Now Vreeswyk is called for a foul before the ball even gets close to the top of the lane.
Joe Forty right now talking to the Temple team and the West Virginia team saying, come on, guys, back off. It's a good basketball game. We don't want any problems. Let's keep it clean.
Steve Berger.
West Virginia always sends that cutter through, Fred. They'll always send one cutter through. Now look at Herbie Brooks come right back out. See Chris Brooks in the corner. Now the guards exchange out front. Good lob.
And Chris Brooks couldn't quite go up and connect with it, and it's going to be Temple basketball. Way down in the corner, you couldn't see him in your picture. There was a janitor standing over there officiating, Larry. He made a very emphatic signal that the ball was going the other way. In fact, his mechanics were excellent on the call.
All he uses is a striped shirt and a whistle. Make it again.
Mark Macon. That is 44-36. That was a 3. 15:51 left in the game, and again the 8-point lead to Temple.
West Virginia again being very patient on offense.
Chris Brooks. Tyrone Shaw got it up and in. Tyrone Shaw has a dozen points. 44-38 Temple now. West Virginia just continues to hang in. And now we have time out here. 15:36 left in this basketball game. Still a 6-point game. Temple leading West Virginia.
How about those turnovers right now? West Virginia 7, Temple 5.
Of course, Temple has 8 points off the 7 West Virginia turnovers, though. They really convert them, don't they? Making outside to Vreeswyk, now to Evans. 15:20 left in the game. 44-36. Or 38, rather. Temple by 6. Macon. Boy, can you do it?
Fred, he squares up as well as anybody I've ever seen shoot the basketball. He just turns and his body's in perfect position, so when he receives it, all he has to do is just take it up and shoot it.
20 points from Mark Macon now. 15 minutes left in the game. West Virginia needs some offensive help. And Shaw, off balance, is fouled as he gets a shot away. The shot wouldn't fall. Rivas committed the foul. That's his third, and he may come out of the game.
You know, Tyrone Shaw makes a good move right here, but why would Ramon Rivas want to reach in and foul right here when he knows he's got Tim Perry standing there ready to block the ball? When you know you got that kind of shot blocker behind you, all you do is just hold your position. Don't go for the fake. Stay on the ground and let Perry block the shot if you can't get to it.
Tyrone Shaw hits the free throw. He's now hit 3 straight after missing his first 2 attempts, and he has 13 points in this game. 3 rebounds to go with him, giving 14 points. And it's 46-40, Temple by a half dozen now. The Owls bring it up. Mark Macon saying something to Howard Evans as they hit midcourt.
They had a committee meeting coming down the floor. Virginia looks like they're in straight man-to-man right now. Shaw's guarding Vreeswyk.
Evans is fouled as a charge. Howard Evans picks up the charging call. Larry, you made a good point a moment ago about committing a foul with Perry behind you. I guess that's like your slow right fielder trying to take a fly ball away from your center fielder, isn't it?
Yeah. You don't want to make that commitment. You know, just keep your ground. Don't go up and take the fake. Just stay there because you know you've got one of the nation's leading shot blockers right behind you, and you know you're not going to get that shot off if you're in good position. Good pass in the corner to Berger.
3-point try won't fall for him, and the ball is out of bounds. Last touch by Temple. It'll be West Virginia basketball under their own basket.
You know, we played almost 6 minutes of basketball, and Temple's not been able to extend that lead. West Virginia's hung in there. They're exactly where they were as far as the deficit is concerned as they were at halftime.
Ramon Rivas, with those 3 fouls, will go to the bench for a while. Dwayne Coswell replaces him. A 6'11 sophomore from Queens Village, New York, is in the lineup now. Berger fakes, can't find a shot. Lob pass cross court to Herbie Brooks and way outside to Berger, and the Mountaineers pull it back out to set it up again. 33 left on the shot clock for him. 13:59 left in the game for him. Herbie Brooks.
Yes. Good work by Berger and Brooks that time. Good exchange. Temple took the bait and went to the other side. Berger got it back to Brooks for a nice little jump shot, and now it's a 4-point game.
8 points for Herbie Brooks. Evans to Vreeswyk. Perry posted down low, but they don't get him the ball yet. Now they do. Turns, looks at the bucket, puts it up, and he's fouled.
Through
his 4th, Larry.
Well, that's a big foul right there. Now Gail Khaled has a decision to make. Does he leave Prue in the game, or does he take him out for fear of drawing that 5th? Look at Prue try to draw his hand away. Tried to get away from that foul as quickly as he could, but he just didn't get it away in time.
Well, he's going to stay with him for right now anyway. Gail Khaled walking back to the bench. Now he's going to make the substitution. I mentioned earlier, Terrell Prue has fouled out of 5 games this year, so he's been prone to foul trouble. Tim Perry picks up his 5th point of the afternoon. Desmond Clifton back in the lineup now. Desmond Clifton, a 6'10 junior, a junior college transfer from Kansas City, Kansas Junior College.
Pretty highly recruited coming out of college, out of junior college.
Well thought of. He just hasn't been able to get it going this year for the Mountaineers. Has his 6 points. He had a great summer, Laurie, and Gail Gatto will tell you that he thought he might have been the answer to their problems, but not so yet. Sometimes it takes a long time for those guys to make the adjustment. Chris Brooks tried to feed it down inside. Perry kicked it away. Are they going to make it a kick or not? They're not going to reset the shot clocks. They say he didn't kick it. He just deflected it out of bounds. Berger. Herbie Brooks.
No pressure from Temple yet. They showed a little bit of that pressure in the first half for about a 3 to 5 minute period, and it caused West Virginia some problems. But so far in the second half, Temple's been very content to sit back with a very passive zone.
Perry took it away, but he stepped on the end line, and it goes right back to West Virginia. That was a good play by Tim Perry. He just couldn't quite keep his foot in bounds.
Watch him come down with a good defensive play right there. The lob was attempted to Chris Brooks, but Perry got the interception, but West Virginia gets the ball back.
Berger double team. Somebody's open somewhere, and there he is on the baseline, Desmond Clifton.
Good pass by Tyrone Shaw. Just kind of shoveled the ball to him. Underhanded, two-handed. Clifton got the big bucket.
And the one thing you always know when you get the double team is somewhere there's someone with a shot if you can just find him quickly enough. 48-44 Temple with 12:30 left in the game. Vreeswyk. Mark Macon. Evans. Vreeswyk from the deep corner. What did we talk about at halftime?
He will warm to the task.
51-44 Temple. Has a three-point shot for Vreeswyk. He now has a dozen. He's 3 for 12 from the field now. It's his first attempt of the second.
Temple again, packing it back on the inside.
Vreeswyk did not take a shot for the first 8 minutes of this half. Shaw down inside is fouled. A lot of reaching going on in this game, isn't there, Larry?
I'll tell you one thing Shaw's doing successfully is going inside on that Temple zone. He makes that little move into the seam of the Temple zone, finds either somebody open or he gets the shot.
We have a timeout here. 11:49 left in this basketball game. Temple, 51 on honor this week. Share the honor. Tom Savage, as you can see, averaged 23 points a ball game nearly. Mark Macon, in 3 ball games, scored 51 and had a dozen assists. Had a great second half down at Chapel Hill. So Mark Macon and Tom Savage are the co-freshmen of the week. Bill Cosby, as you know, went to Temple. And they changed Cosby to Cheney for the kids here.
Well, the Cheney kids have done pretty well. Good senior group. You know, that's one of the reasons, too, Fred. I always feel like when you've got a good senior class and you've reached the top 5 rankings in the country, and Temple right now is the number 1, as you look at the field goal percentage in the second half, Temple burning it. It really helps you going into NCAA play. You've got that experience, and Temple's had a lot of NCAA experience.
Ball is loose on the floor, being kicked around in and in. Tim Perry finally scoops it up like a shortstop and says, let's go to the other end. 11:39 left in the basketball game. 51-44. Temple of West Virginia. Vreeswyk. Lob to Perry, and a foul will be called. Push. Third foul on Tim Perry.
Watch it underneath. I don't know about that one, Fred. I thought that was a little soft. He just got good position, and Perry really did not push off much at all.
I got to agree with you. I think it looked like the motion was there. Shaw. Herbie Brooks. 7-point lead at the moment. Berger trying to change it, does, and he picks up 2 points off the baseline.
Good move by Steve Berger that time around the baseline to get by Caldwell.
Now a 5-point lead at Temple. Steve Berger has a half dozen points. Evans, Perry, quick turnaround jumper, too strong. Caldwell has it. Oh, they are really getting the job done on the offensive end.
West Virginia's got to find some way to block out or screen away from the basket the Temple players inside. They're killing them on the backboard with second shots.
Temple now has 18 offensive rebounds in this game, Larry. Herbie Brooks, in and out. Perry has it, loses it, picked up by Evans. Temple out on the break. Evans makes a move in the lane for you. Right where Macon was. Macon starts a spinning move, puts up the jumper, and sticks it. Whoa!
How about that for an offensive move?
Evans got a steal in the bucket. 4th point for Evans, and now West Virginia wants a timeout. Temple hit him with a lick, and it's now an 11-point ball game. A 3-point basket, a steal, and a 2 from Howard Evans, and with 10:25 left in the game. Temple.
Well, they're actually doing it right there. Temple with 18.
57-46, the Owls in front here. Biggest lead of the ball game.
Kick by Macon, they'll reset the clock. But there's a big play by Howard Evans to get that steal down underneath and force Gail Catlett to take that timeout. He was just about to get away from the Mountaineers.
Well, I hope Mark Macon plays all 4 years here at Temple, because one of my goals in this thing is to see him change expressions. He hasn't done it yet in his freshman year. He's playing with that great poise. Cruz shot won't fall. Now they tangle in the lane, and the foul's going to go against West Virginia. Chris Brooks commits his 3rd foul.
But you know, Fred, I think that really typifies this entire Temple team. John Cheney, though he's a very emotional coach, he keeps a lot of it bottled up, and he doesn't let his kids, as you said in the first half, become very demonstrable. They're not a high-five celebration type club. They wait till the game's over with or their year's over with before they do anything.
Rare turnover there. Evans lost the pass. Berger picks it up, and it's going to be two. It would have been anyway, but it went. Tim Perry tried to block it, gives Steve Berger his 8th point of the day, and now the 9-point lead to Temple. So role reversal. West Virginia forces the turnover and gets the 2.
Not very often you'll see Temple give that ball up voluntarily on a turnover.
9:30 left in the contest. Evans, Vreeswyk. Well, Prew's back in there, and he and Croswell were battling pretty good down in the lane. Prew's playing with 4 fouls. Vreeswyk deep on the wing. Got the shot, and it's going to count. Oh, that is a tough bucket from Mike Vreeswyk, and now he's hit 2 shots in a row.
And you know what? He's burned Tyrone Shaw on both of them. He got one in the corner earlier. Watch him take Shaw down the middle this time. He's not really that quick, folks, believe me, but he can make the move down the lane. Watch it again from up top. Here's the good move by Vreeswyk. Now look at Shaw. Pretty good defensive position that time by Shaw, I thought. But you can't bother that shooter. When he goes up, any kind of bump is going to affect him. The referees are going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Second foul, Tyrone Shaw. Mike Vreeswyk now has 7 points in the second half, 15 in the game, and Temple's back to a 12-point lead. 9:09 left in the game. Now slowly but surely opening up this lead. West Virginia needs to get it cranked up again on the offensive end. Shaw, Herbie Brooks. Chris Brooks takes it down the lane to the bucket. Macon and Perry were there, and Perry rejected it. Macon stopped him, and Perry blocked the shot.
Well, that's what we talked about earlier. Ramon Rivas taking that fake. That time Macon took no fake. He kept his ground, and there came Tim Perry. Like Superman flying over buildings.
Boy, 3rd block for Tim Perry.
If he was flying over Rivas, that would be a building.
Yeah. 88th block of the year for Perry. 3rd block this afternoon.
Good move by Shaw.
Lays it down to Chris Brooks. Takes it in, and the basket counts. Chris Brooks has 11, and he'll go to the line.
Well, that was an excellent move. Tyrone Shaw started the move, and he kicked the ball back out on the pass. Now look at this. So you get Caldwell up in the air, and then Brooks goes inside and lays it off the glass. Good move right there by Chris Brooks, and a real good pass by Tyrone Shaw.
Second foul on Caldwell. 16 foul on Temple in the second half. 4 have been charged to West Virginia. Free throw wouldn't fall for him.
West Virginia came up with a rebound. I think they've done another foul. Tim Perry.
There it was.
Caldwell with an attempt right there. Here's Perry with a reach around foul. It happened right after that. A big foul for Temple having Perry come up. Now he's going to go out of the game.
That's his 4th foul. He has not fouled out of a game this year. I mentioned earlier only Dwayne Caldwell has fouled out of a game. Herbie Brooks on the line right now. He has 8 points today.
Well, West Virginia with a chance here for a 4-point play. There's the 3rd one. Chris Brooks made the shot earlier on that baseline move. He missed a free throw. West Virginia got it back. Now Herbie Brooks has got a chance to make it a 4-point play.
This could get the Mountaineers back within 8 of Temple. And it does. Got a lot of rim, but it stayed there. 10 points now for Herbie Brooks, and with 8:28 left in the game, Temple with an 8-point lead and the basketball. Howard Evans, Mark Macon. Howard Evans. Vreeswyk. Now Temple showing us that great patience.
Vreeswyk's trying to work his way open. Shaw doing a pretty good job of guarding. There it is. Rivas inside.
Oh,
good block by Brooks.
Chris Brooks went up and got it. The ball is on the floor. Everybody's scrambling. It's going to be a jump ball, and it will be West Virginia basketball on the alternate possession rule.
Timmy Higgins was right in the middle of that down there. If he jumps in and gets the ball, what do? They got 2 teams and a referee handling the ball.
With 7:51 left in the game, West Virginia down 8 with the basketball now. Shaw.
Well, West Virginia's showing such great patience on offense. Macon with a good steal. Good work inside.
Macon dribbling through heavy traffic, finds Howard Evans, gets him the basketball. Down inside, Croswell walked. Boys foul. They call the foul against Chris Brooks, and that's his 4th personal foul.
Another decision now by Gail Catlett. Do you pull Chris Brooks? I don't think so. I think maybe you let him play right now. Let's see what happens.
Desmond Clifton is reporting to the scorer's table as you pose the question.
He's going to take him out. He is going to take him out.
Clifton, a 6'10 junior from Detroit, Michigan. Mike Vreeswyk now with the inbounds pass. Handed it to Macon underneath. That's too easy, Larry.
Well, I think it surprised the West Virginia team. There was a lot of movement away from the ball, and all of a sudden Macon just sneaked in. They handed him the ball, and he went straight up with it.
24 points for Mark Macon and a 10-point lead for Temple with 7:15 left in the game. Darrell Prue. Tyrone Shaw back to Prue, takes it inside. Coswell blocked it. Prue gets it back. In and out. Rivas got a hand on it, and Vreeswyk takes it away.
Tough break on shooting that time by West Virginia.
Howard Evans to the top of the circle. Into the circle and back out again.
Berger just got nailed on the screen by Rivas.
I saw he just all of a sudden came to a halt as he was going through the lane. What a wall. Big wall.
Steve Berger with the assignment on Evans. Herbie Brooks has got Macon inside.
Mark Macon's having a second half. He hasn't missed a shot in this half. He's 5 for 5.
See him turn and square up. As soon as the ball hits his hands, he's ready to go up.
Evans. The pop mock Macon off the baseline. There it is. 3-point try. Got it. 6 for 6.
Freddie's absolutely perfect when he catches that ball. You teach kids to do that at such a young age. As soon as you catch it, you turn, you're squared up and ready to release it. He just does it to perfection. Good move by Shaw. Good pass. Good shot by Herbie Brooks.
Herbie Brooks now has a half dozen points. Mark Macon now is 5 for 7 from 3-point range.
Temple continues to maintain that 11-point lead. It's sort of fluctuated between 7 and 11 in the last 5 minutes.
Macon off the baseline. That's his first miss of the second half. Rivas, though, saves the long rebound. Back to Macon, tries it again. 3-point try won't fall. Coswell battling, and he's going to be called for a foul. The 3rd personal foul on Dwayne Coswell. Gail Catlett in front of the Mountaineer bench. And alums of West Virginia. There's John Chaney down at the other end. Boy, what a job both these guys have done. John Chaney in his 6th year at Temple is 146 and 37, and Gail Catlett in his 10th at his alma mater, 205 and 99. Desmond Clifton with 2 points in this game with a line for the first time. Clifton now is at 12 out of 18 free throw attempts this year. It's a 10-point lead to Temple with 5:34 left in the game.
You got to start thinking about a press here pretty soon. Within the next 2 minutes, I think West Virginia's going to have to put some pressure on Temple, full court pressure to come out and try to get some turnovers from a club that does not ordinarily give the ball up easily.
4 points, Desmond Clifton. 65-56 Temple, 5:25 left in the game. Vreeswyk at the baseline, blocked by Shaw, picked up by Macon, back to Vreeswyk, off the front of the rim. And Tyrone Shaw gets another walk. Temple's defense made that move, Larry. They forced the turnover again.
2 awfully good coaches right there, Fred. We've talked a lot about these 2 guys all year long, but they really have done an excellent job over the years.
Mark Macon. Evans. Vreeswyk. Macon, Evans, that's a 3-point try. Off the rim. Rivas had it, lost it, battles for it now. And this time the jump ball will go to Temple. West Virginia wanted the traveling call. The officials called it a held ball. And Temple will keep possession.
You know, oftentimes when you've got the basketball and you go down on the floor, you think it's an automatic travel. It isn't. You got to have possession of the ball. And I'm not too sure they thought he had possession right there. Timmy Higgins was as close as anybody. He was standing right there, or sitting right next to him.
Right on top of the play, Ramon Rivas now with 13 rebounds. Vreeswyk inbound the ball, deflected in the lane, and Berger out in front of Macon. Macon trying to catch him. Berger missed the shot. And a foul against West Virginia.
You know what happened? Steve Berger left his feet too soon. He needed one more step closer to the basket for that layup, and he laid it up short. He was afraid Macon was going to get there to block the shot, and that's why it came up short, and he saw Clifton commit the foul.
Third foul on Desmond Clifton. 4:38 left in this game. Temple still has the 9-point lead, and they have the basketball again. Vreeswyk, strong with a try. Berger bringing West Virginia out on the break right now. They're 4-on-2. Berger to the baseline. Shaw's inside. Foul. Shot won't quite fall. Well, they're really having some tough shooting luck in there, Larry.
I'm telling you, though, he has got the ability to draw that foul on those shots. Tyrone Shaw does that as well as anybody in the Atlantic 10. Watch him get his good position here. Turn, little pump fake, takes it up. Still able to get the shot off and draw the foul. Almost got a three-point chance.
Tyrone Shaw on the line, 74% shooter. That one's good. 15 points and 3 rebounds today for Tyrone Shaw. Make it 16 points. And now it's a 7-point game with 4:20 to play. West Virginia just can't quite get it over the hump, Larry.
Well, they've got to make the move now. They've got just a little over 4 minutes to play. They need some turnovers. They need some good defensive pressure. And they need to tan some good shots on the other end to get this to a 2 or 3 point game to get in that last minute. Foul right there by Shaw.
Tyrone Shaw commits his third foul.
Shaw's had a difficult time keeping up with Vreeswyk in the second half. He beat him on the baseline earlier. He got another one down the middle when he fouled him. They just fouled him again as Vreeswyk made that move right across the lane.
Both teams are in the 1-and-1 now. That will be shooting foul. Vreeswyk will shoot 2. Mike, a 6'7" junior from Morrisville, Pennsylvania, an 83% free throw shooter. Well, I think he's really an underrated player. I think people look at him as a scorer. And the more you watch him, the more you appreciate all the other things he can do.
Maybe last year he had that reputation of being just a scorer, but he's improved his game. Not only his offensive game, but his defensive game. I think he's worked very hard at the other facets of it to make himself a complete player.
Has 17 points today. Chris Brooks with those 4 fouls. Back in the lineup now for West Virginia. 4 minutes and a second left in the game. Desmond Clifton sits down for the Mountaineers. Berger brings the basketball up. Now he's down 9. Need to get it done. 3:53 left in the contest. Going to hunt threes now, Larry?
Not yet. Not quite yet. Gale Catlett's up off the bench, though, telling his club what he wants them to do.
Herbie Brooks. Berger. Tyrone Shaw near the lane. Off the baseline. Back out to Berger. Baseline. In Crew. And the shot won't go, but he got his own tip.
I'm not too sure he didn't walk. It looked like he took 2 steps going down that lane.
He may have. He has 9 points now, and it's a 7-point lead to Temple with 3:23. West Virginia still in the neighborhood.
Howard Evans. Can't keep trading baskets if you're West Virginia. You've got to make something happen defensively.
Vreeswyk defended by Tyrone Shaw. Evans against Berger. 24 seconds on the shot clock for Temple. Inside Rivas, power move, left-handed shot. Nobody got his own rebound. Boy, they have dominated on the offensive board. 19 offensive rebounds. Make it 20 offensive rebounds now for Temple.
That was a big bucket by Rivas that time.
Berger, Shaw, 3-point try from an unlikely source, and they got it. Tyrone Shaw, 6 out of 17 from 3-point range this year.
And now they're dead even in the second half. It was a 6-point lead by Temple, and now it's 6 in the second half.
69-63 Owls, 2:27 left in the game. And John Chaney wants to talk about it. He calls a timeout here. So the Owls want to talk it over. Again, 2:27 left in the game. Temple leading West Virginia in his 16th year is 331 and 143. Chaney in his 15th, 371 and 96 for his career at Chaney State and Temple. How about Ramon Rivas, where he has 14 rebounds in this game, 10 at the offensive end.
It's been the big difference right now for Temple.
Gail Calla wants to get something clarified. Larry Lembo, one of the officials down, saying something to him. They're going to hold the clock for 1 second. Apparently, they had determined that an extra second had ticked off the clock, so they're holding for a little bit maybe more than one. Now it's running with 2:23 left in the game. And Howard Evans in no hurry. 27 on the shot clock for Temple. The Owls up by 6. Macon with a basketball.
So it seems like in the last 3 minutes we always say this is a big trip. This is a big trip.
It is, and the foul is called on Steve Berger. His first, and Howard Evans, an 83% shooter, will go to the free throw line with 2:11 left in the game.
Watch Evans and Berger right here in the match. Berger tries to get the steal. Evans tries to get away from him. Almost as if he tripped over his own feet right there, but I think he stepped on Berger's foot.
That is just Evans' 5th point of the day. He has 8 assists.
Again, the Temple team just seems to walk away from the free throw line. There are no Temple players underneath on the shooting by Evans.
Comes back and gets it. Evans now has a half dozen points. He had only 5 points against Southern University, so this is not his lowest scoring day of the year. He has 8 assists today, however. 71-63 Temple. 2 minutes left in the game. Berger, Shaw. Berger for 3. Line drive toward the rim. It's an air ball. And, a great play over there by Chris Brooks. He was going to fall out of bounds, and he fired it off Vreeswyk, who had done that earlier in the game.
And Fred, there's not a lot of room in that corner over there. I mean, once you get into there, now look at Brooks and Vreeswyk going after the ball right here. Brooks grabs it and throws it right off his right leg, the one that's wrapped, and I'm sure that felt good.
They threw it hard enough to break the leg. There's Berger with an off-balance shot sticking his 10 point. 71-65 Temple. 1:37 left in the contest. Mark Macon against Herbie Brooks. 6-point lead Temple. 1:25 left in the game, and now whistles blowing down at the baseline, where Tyrone Shaw and Mike Vreeswyk got tangled up, and that's going to put Vreeswyk on the free throw line. The 4th foul on Tyrone Shaw.
I think Shaw was getting frustrated. Vreeswyk was moving that baseline and working it pretty good, and he almost got open on the other side.
Vreeswyk has 17 points today.
Well, they just make their free throws. They are just a good free throw shooting team.
73% at the line this year as a team. Vreeswyk is 7 for 8 from the line today, make it 8 for 9. 19 points now for Mike Vreeswyk. And an 8-point lead to Temple with 1:17 left in the game. Chris Brooks. Shaw fouled by Mike Vreeswyk, his 2nd.
Well, they had Shaw trapped on the baseline down there. If they couldn't have gotten the ball, Vreeswyk reached in there and got a lot of the arm. John Chaney, sweater clad today, relaxing on a Sunday afternoon.
He says he does that because he sweats so much that he was running some sports coats. He said, I finally decided I was going to quit doing that and go to a sweater.
Makes economic sense to me.
It does. Tyrone Shaw. $19 points for Shaw.
Tyrone Shaw has really been the star, the offensive star for West Virginia today.
He's 7 for 9 from the free throw line today. 20 points. 8 for 10 from the line with 20 points. And a 6-point lead to Temple again with 1:09 left. And if West Virginia can come up with a steal in the bucket, they can make this thing interesting now. A little hard to take the ball away from Temple, however. We talked about that before. Evans, double team, gives it up to Vreeswyk. Perry was open, but they weren't worried about a bucket right here. They're worried about possession. 51 seconds left in the game. Evans against Berger. Macon comes out, faces Herbie Brooks. Brings the ball way back outside. gets a shot out of the circle. A little strong with a try, and West Virginia had it for a moment, but now Rivas has the basketball. 35 seconds left in the game, and Temple still in front as Herbie Brooks fouls Allie Evans.
But there are a couple of strengths that Temple has at the end of a game that I think a lot of people don't notice. Yes, Evans and Macon can handle the ball, but Vreeswyk also can handle that ball out front, and it puts a lot of pressure on that forward inside that has to come out and guard him on the floor.
We have a timeout with 32 seconds left in the contest at the free throw line. Evans' 7th point of the ball game. He's perfectly lined now, 5 for 5. Seven-point lead to Temple, 32 seconds left, and that free throw won't fall. Herbie Brooks shot no good, and Tim Berry claims the rebound.
Evans in the corner's got the ball, and it looks like Temple's going to walk away, and they've got an undefeated season here on their home court in McGonigal Hall.
14 seconds left, and Mike Vreeswyk now will go to the line.
Number 4, Steve Berger.
Temple about to salt this one away. You saw Gail Catlett talking to his two guards, still making some coaching points. So West Virginia looks like they're going to drop their 5th straight. You couldn't tell it by the look on John Cheney's face. They're about to win their 11th straight as Temple. Vreeswyk, shot good.
I will promise you that come NCAA time, this is going to be a very crucial factor and something that's going to help Temple a great deal. Walking to that free throw line and being able to make these in clutch situations.
Vreeswyk got him down. 21 points for Vreeswyk. 13 seconds left in the game. 9-point lead to Temple. Down inside. Herbie Brooks, Rivas very wisely just stood straight up, didn't try to stop the shot. Berger gets a bucket, and now West Virginia wants a timeout. 12 points for Steve Berger. 4 seconds left. They don't want to talk about anything. They just wanted to stop the clock, and they did with a timeout there. 4 seconds left in the game. Now Berger fouls Howard Evans on the inbounds play. Mark Macon's been quiet for a while, but he's the leading scorer in this game today with 27 points for Temple. Vreeswyk with 20. Howard Evans didn't even look to score very much today, right? He's content to dish the ball around.
It's nice to have a senior that's willing to do that,
isn't it, though? 7 points for Howard Evans. Make it 8. 3 seconds left, and Temple has put it away. This will be the 5th straight year now that Temple has won 25 or more games. They're going to be 25-1 when this one over. West Virginia is going to be 16-12, and maybe getting to a position where they're going to have to win the postseason tournament to get an NCAA bid. Darrell Prue lets one fly, and that's it. Temple has won it 78-69, and the Owls will remain the #1 team in the country. The Owls 17-0 now in the Atlantic 10 with 1 conference game to go. There's John Cheney. Another good day for his club. As Larry mentioned, they remain unbeaten on their home court in McGonigal Hall and walk away with a 25-1 record. This has been a presentation of Creative Sports Marketing. The producer of today's game has been Ken Dennis. Our director has been Mike Wells. Our associate director has been Vicki Haggerty. While we